post on Facebook, or maybe you have a friend that has pointed you to come this direction to kind of check things out and see what it is that this business can do for you. And this business is Beachbody. So we are, again, just so excited that you're here, and we can't wait to share with you everything. So I am going to start off by just telling you a little bit about me, because that could take up the whole 45 minutes, but I won't let it. So my name is Phoebus. I live in Middletown, Delaware. My journey with Beachbody started 5 years ago in South Georgia. Actually, we've actually moved here about 3 years ago. So about 5 years ago, it started in Georgia. And basically, it was such an accidental thing. It amazes me to even say that now, because I'm so thankful for it. But what happened was I was trying to get in shape. Right? Who's not, right? Trying to get healthy. I had just lost control. We moved to the South, and I was like, it was bad. It was bad. I was enjoying way too much of that Southern and not working out, and it was just crazy. So so I kind of put on some weight, and it was time to get healthy. And I had made a couple posts about working out with just some ladies from church on Facebook. I knew my upline, who is Michelle Myers, and I knew her from seminary. My husband was in seminary while she was there. She reached out to me and just said, look, I have something I think might help you. And also, like, she kind of gave me a little bit of an idea that it was what she was doing for a living and how much she loved it. But she introduced me to Shakeology and Turbo Jam. I don't know if you guys remember Turbo Jam, but like, it's way back. You need to look it up. If you don't remember it, please look it up. It was amazing. And that's what started it all. I mean, I was a determined person, so it wasn't like I really had to be my hand held through the process. I knew I wanted to get healthy. I knew I wanted to get fit. And I've always been a person who's like all or nothing, and I was all in. So that Shakeology came in, that DVD came in, and I was working out daily, and the Shakeology completely transformed me from the inside out. The workout was transforming me on the outside, and I was getting in great shape and feeling healthy. And for the first time in a long time, doing it the right way, like the right way, not some diet that I saw on a commercial or at the Walmart checkout aisle. This was like good food, exercise, and that was it. It didn't take over my life. It was a perfect amount, and it worked for me. So fast forward 40 pounds later, I got in shape, and I was excited. And when I signed up, I went ahead and signed up as a coach at the time, because the discount we were able to get on the products was so amazing. You couldn't beat it. And I knew that Shakeology was going to be important to me, and I knew that the workouts were incredible. So I was like, okay, it's also a great like selling tool for your husband, because you're like, but listen now, honey, I can get it for even cheaper. And he was like, okay. So it was just kind of my foot in the door right there. And as I became a coach, I got in on like the Facebook page of the coaches, and I started kind of listening and observing what was going on. And I think the biggest thing I noticed was just the energy was so good. And these people were so happy, and they were all different shapes, all different sizes, all different walks of life. But they were all super passionate about serving others and their health and fitness. Whether they were at the start of their journey or at the end of their journey, everybody kind of felt that way. And it was a really cool atmosphere to be in. So that is where Beachbody started for me. And it just grew out of me understanding that this was an incredible opportunity because it worked for me. And why in the world wouldn't I share that with others? As my body transformed, people were like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And they so wanted me to tell them, you know, it's like 1995. I got it on an infomercial. You take a pill and the next day you wake up and voila. And that wasn't the case. So they were intrigued almost, which was hilarious to me that people were intrigued because I was like, I'm eating really healthy. I'm drinking this incredible health shake because everybody wants a diet shake, right? No, I'm drinking an incredible health shake, and I'm working out every day with the DVD in my house. I don't even have to leave. and people they just couldn't figure it out. So that's how they eventually started kind of jumping on the bandwagon. So I would have these people who thought I was crazy, who were like, oh no, not for me, not for me. Like 3 months later, they're like, hey, remember me? I love what you're doing. I want in. So it was a really cool experience that grew super organically. And that's one of those things I love about Beachbody. It can't help but grow, because everybody's looking to get healthy and to better themselves. And it's what it offers us. So that's a little bit of my story. Fast forward to today. Okay. So that's how it all began. I got healthy down there and I got fit and I decided I wanted to teach fitness classes. So my first group fitness class ever was a class I taught. I had never been at all. So I gained like confidence too from all of this. I walked in, I taught a group fitness class, and I opened a group fitness business in a gym that was in our town. Grew that business. 2 years later, I had to leave it. So sad. Moved to Delaware and opened another group fitness business. And we just moved in at the beginning of January to a 4,000 square foot facility. Okay. Dreams come true, right? So exciting. So exciting. But other thing that is kind of opened up for me is like this entrepreneur spirit. I didn't realize that's what was inside me. I knew I was weird, but I didn't know that was it. So you don't have to be an entrepreneur to make this work for you. But so that you understand my story, that is where I was coming from. So Beachbody was the foundation. It was the first step in me understanding what it was I loved and where I wanted to go. Mm-hmm. So now I think I've got 4 businesses. Trying to look on my boards behind me because that's why I have the to-do list. 4 businesses, and I'm so excited. And we are goaled to open a coffee shop by the end of 2016. So it has lit a fire inside of me, and it's wonderful. But you guys, had I have not done anything else and I had just done Beachbody, I would still be at this point in my life where I was happy. I had freedom financially. I felt successful, and I was excited about what's going on, because that is what laid the way for so many other things. So that's so cool. But I want to explain to you tonight, and Emily and I are both going to talk to you about this, but some of those things that we tell ourselves and those reasons why we don't want to coach, I find it so interesting that all of us, pretty much it's the same thing. Like we're all, the same things are going through our head. You guys are smiling because you know. The same things are going through our head. You're like, oh, that's not for me because fill in the blank. I felt the same way, okay? When someone told me about this, I was not like sign me up. I'm gonna really just get rich. It's gonna be fantastic. It's not how it went for me. I had doubts, and I'm going to tell you what those doubts were, and I'm guessing they're in your head, and then I'm going to kind of explain a little bit more about that. Mm-hmm. So the first thing I remember when the business, and as you remember, I signed up as a coach because I was so excited about that awesome discount I was getting, right? So I had just signed up so that I could get the amazing discount on the products, which was, I wouldn't regret no matter what. It was phenomenal. But when I decided I want to work the business, before I made that decision, I was in a place where I had told myself, well, you are just stay where you are. You're good where you are, because Summer, you hate selling things. I mean, you know how it feels when other people try to sell you stuff, right? And listen, this was a long time ago. So this was 5 years ago. Guys, it's like 10 times worse. Check your Facebook inbox. I have gotten messages from people trying to tell me I look tired and they want to give me eye cream. First of all, don't tell me that's rude. I know I'm tired. I got 2 teenagers. That's how it is, right? So I get that part, but they're just constantly, you're being bombarded constantly by people who want to sell you something. And I knew I didn't want to do that. And I didn't want it to be that way. Well, then when I really got to thinking about it, and I thought about all the people that were showing up for my classes, working out with me, and all the people that I had hooked up with Shakeology who were like, what are you doing? What are you drinking? I was like, I never sold any one of them. I never one time pitched anything to them ever. They saw the difference it was making in my life, and they came to me then there were a few who had some questions about things. And what did I do? I shared. I didn't sell. I shared what was going on in me, what was happening in me. And to this day, I don't sell. There's nobody. I don't get on the phone with someone and go all infomercial on them. I don't. Now listen, if your gift is sales, then you've got a leg up on me. So by all means, that's fantastic, because if you can sell something, great, wonderful. It wasn't my gift. If it's not your gift, or if you just don't want to do it, no worries. You don't have to. This is about sharing. Mm-hmm. The second thing. Well, there's so many people. There's so many. And like I said, with the last one, that was 5 years ago. Okay, now there's so many. Everybody's a coach now, right? You're just like, that name is like, oh my gosh. Like, everybody's a coach. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because there are enough people to help. One coach can't help everybody. And we look around and we see these coaches that are doing amazing things in their business, and it's huge, and they're like, they've got like 10,000 likes on a post, and which is amazing. And you're thinking, I'll never get there. Well, you can get there, absolutely. But what do you have that coach doesn't have? You're available. You're available. And when I first started, I'll never forget the first group I hosted. It was called a challenge group. And that's where we got together. And I really helped people through a private Facebook page get fit and healthy. Some of you on here may be in one right now. I helped these people get fit and healthy. I was so pumped. Three. I had 3 people in the group, and I was like, Ken, 3 people want me to help them. Oh my gosh. It was amazing. And to this day, my favorite group I ever ran. And those people, they got super fit, super healthy, and 2 of the 3 of them are coaches. So it's one of those things that you have to really remember. It's everybody might be doing it, but first of all, not everybody's doing it well, right? Hate to say it, but they're not. Everybody's not doing it well. And secondly, you have your own market. You have your own network, okay? My mom isn't going to go to someone else. She's going to come to me. Why? Because I'm her daughter. We have a connection there, okay? My group of friends, they're going to come to me because there's a connection. That's what you're going after. You're going to help the people that know you. All right, the third thing. Am I on track with time? I think I am.
You're doing great. You're doing really good with time.
Okay. So the third thing that I was so panicked about, okay, was I didn't have a 6-pack, y'all. I didn't. I mean, how in the world? Because I am not in some little tiny itty bitty thing posting pictures so people can be like all excited and want to work with me. Well, guess what? That's the wrong kind of crowd you attract anyways. So you don't want to have to worry about that. It's okay. Honestly, being in my journey, in the midst of my health and fitness journey, when this all started for me, was probably one of the best things that could have happened, because people saw real. They saw real. And it doesn't matter if you're thick, if you're thin, if you're muscly, if you're not, if you're coordinated, if you're not, if you know nutrition, if you don't know nutrition, it doesn't matter, because people want to learn with you. They don't have to learn from you. They'll learn with you. The best way, when I get people to come and join me in things, the best way to do that is when I invite them to join me and not invite them to just follow me. Mm-hmm. So understand right now, you don't have to be super fit. You don't have to be rocking a 6-pack. You can be in the midst of your journey, and you can still make a gigantic difference in people's lives, like huge. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Woo! I know, right? I got through that in 15 minutes. And now we're going to pass that wand over.
How did you do that? That was awesome. I'm so happy. You were
coffee.
Yeah. Okay. So just make note really quick that Summer and I were talking about this earlier, just how different we are, because some of you are like, yes, like Summer and I are like kindred spirits. Like she's like talking to me. She is me. Like, you may relate with Summer 100%. Some of you may not, because some of you may be a little bit more introverted, less like you may not have that entrepreneur spirit. Like you may be thinking, okay, I know I want to change my future. I know I have big dreams for, you know, the potential of maybe getting out of debt or, you know, leaving the job that I dread to go to every day, or just being able to stay home with my family, whatever that looks like. But you may be thinking, okay, I'm introverted. I don't like talking to people. I kind of like fitness. I'm not really in shape, and I don't have any kind of like entrepreneur bone in my body. Okay, so here I am. Hi. My name is Emily Copeland, and I think you and I will be good friends. And here's why. I typically tend to like, I'm a little bit more introverted. It may not seem like it because I'm like always making videos and stuff. But I just had to kind of get over that fear. And, you know, I'm naturally more introverted. I was not born with like a leader entrepreneur spirit. That's just not like, it's just not me. I've had to really like grow in those areas, but I've enjoyed growing, and I've enjoyed learning because, again, just like Summer said, this opportunity, it seems like, okay, I'll sign up as a coach. I'll get healthy and fit. I get to really help influence other people around me to get healthy and fit. But this opportunity, it has literally, like, it may sound cliche to say that it has changed my life, like Summer said. But honestly, it has. Like, every area of my life has changed because it has forced me way outside of my comfort zone in other areas, but for the best, like in the best ways. And so, anyway, so let me give you a little bit of my story. I too am a fellow turbo jammer. That is what hooked me, like hook, line, and sinker, because that's right. How's it, brah? Yeah, if you haven't done it and you have the on-demand option, can you please go do that? Like, you could do it after this call and it'll be the best workout of your life. But anyways, so growing up, how do I shorten this? Growing up, I didn't know how to eat healthy. I didn't really know the ins and outs of like a good, healthy lifestyle. And exercise to me was simply to burn calories. It was like torture. Like, okay, if I'm going to eat that, I gotta do this to burn it off. I mean, that's just, and so many of us live in that place. And if you're in that place, that's okay. I mean, it's just truly, that's how most people think. Well, I grew up this way, thinking this, and then I fell in love with Turbo Gym. My mom ordered it for me off of the infomercial when I was in high school. I had to have been like a sophomore in high school. At the time, I was modeling, so I had to stay in shape. So this wasn't just necessarily like by my own free will. I was working out because I had to, but I hated it. I hated the treadmill. I hated the bike. I hated it all, because I didn't know how to do it. I just knew, like, if I spend enough time on this thing, I should burn enough calories, like, but this is terrible. So my mom got Turbo Jam. I did that workout and fell in love. I just had no idea. I had no idea that you could love health and fitness. I mean, like, your workouts could actually be fun. I had no clue. So again, this workout really turned me on to that. Well, I naturally, because I loved it so much, I remember I brought it to summer camps with me, which is so funny. Like, here I am at church camp, and I brought my Turbo Jam for the cabin, and we did this workout. It was so funny. And then, of course, I took it to college with me, and we had our little, like, our long hallway because our dorm rooms weren't big enough. And I literally would have friends like lined up down the hall and my little tiny TV sitting by the front door, and like we'd all be in this line trying to do Turbo Jam. It was so fun, but it was just one of those things where it's like, man, when something works and it gets the job done and you can have fun, like, why wouldn't you, you know? So that's kind of what hooked me. Well, so I was a big fan of Beachbody. Like, I watched, I kind of like started stalking Chalene Johnson around that time, and got to know her and all of that. And so, man, I guess it was after college. So I got married really young, but we got into ministry and I moved to Southern California. Well, as you know, Beachbody headquarters are in Santa Monica, which was about 30 minutes away from my house. And so I got plugged in there. That's where around that time, 2009 is when I met Michelle Myers, who most of you know, who's a dear friend, and she is my direct upline coach. Got connected to her, and she was like, like, you can actually become a coach, get a discount, and like get paid for what you're doing right now, like sharing Turbo Jam and all of that. And I'm like, Really? 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 Okay, but like, what do I have to do? Because, you know, the introverted side of me, I'm like, what do I have to do? Do I have to like sell stuff? Like, what does that all entail? Because honestly, I just want to keep telling people about this and it'd be great to get paid, but I just don't want to like have to go the extra mile, right? So anyway, signed up as a coach. Long story short, here I am. I quit as a coach the first time because of the fact that I didn't feel like I was a leader, right? Like we allow ourselves to believe these lies about ourselves that we're just not good enough. Man, if we just had this extra quality, we could be so good and we could be successful and whatnot. And so I actually quit coaching the first time because I just didn't think I had it in me to be a good leader. And so I thought, you know, I'm better served behind the scenes. Like I would much rather be fulfilling somebody's to-do list. And so I actually went and worked for Beachbody because there was the company's consultant at the time needed a personal assistant. And so that was me. And the cool thing about that, and I love to tell this because I'm just so proud that like when I was able to work for him at Beachbody, I spent time up at corporate, not a ton, but I was there probably every week, every other week, like one day a week. And I got to meet a lot of the people there and just to see the heart behind, because this guy, this consultant, was working with a lot of the top Beachbody coaches in the company. And so he was training them to grow successful businesses. So I got to see everything behind the scenes, like how people become successful coaches, like what is that community like and how are they trained and what are they learning, and, you know, so all of these things. So when I got to see that, it really opened my eyes even more so to this opportunity to see that like this is legit, like this is really legit. And so I moved to Texas, and when I did that, I was no longer working for him. And so I was literally sitting there, you guys. I had a 4-month-old baby, and I'm laying on my couch. I'm watching like 5 episodes of Friends in a row, like just like TV, like binging on TV. And I'm laying there, and it's like I had this moment where I'm like, what am I doing? Like I mean, my daughter, of course, is the greatest gift, but I know I'm meant for so much more. Like this, I know it. It's in me. Like even though I don't feel like a leader, I feel like there's just that I got to be doing something more. So I got a phone call from my dad, and I was telling him about this. And he's like, "Why aren't you coaching?" And I was like, "You're right. Why am I not coaching?" He's like, he knew, you know, that this was like such a cool opportunity for me to be able to work from home, to be able to support our family, to, you know, build a team of like-minded people, and ultimately just to do what I love. So I was like, you're right. So I started again. I did Insanity, got in great shape after my first baby than I had ever been in my whole life. True story. Crazy, crazy cool. And, you know, ultimately that's kind of what led me here. I just understood like this is a legitimate business opportunity. It has allowed me to do really cool things, you know, with my family and for my family. And so just fell in love with the business opportunity. And from there, and of course, the workout programs, you guys know, these workouts are so awesome. And anyways, and of course, Shakeology too. I don't even have to go into that. We just know. And so all of that to say, here I am today. And it has completely changed my life, this opportunity, because of the way, like Summer said, just how it has transformed every area of my life. I spend any extra spare minute listening to podcasts and learning and growing. And that just literally bleeds into every area of my life. I feel like, you know, I can function better as a mom. I can, like, as a spouse, like understanding relationships better. It just makes every area of life so much better. And so I feel like a completely different person in the best way. So, okay, so that's my story. So I'm going to give you the 3 things and the 3 reasons that I was hesitant about signing up, because this is a big opportunity, and we've got so many red flags, I think, all the time, especially with network marketing. So that's my first one, is that the reason I was hesitant the first time is that I just didn't want to be a stereotypical network marketer. Is that bad? Is that bad to say? I didn't want to be that person. I'm like, I mean, in all honesty, like I had a relationship like that was from college that she and I were very close, but she was in a company, and like our relationship dwindled when I was like, I can't get passionate about cosmetics. I just can't. I'm just not. I wish I could. I'm just not. Like, that's just not me. So, so our friendship was just not quite the same after that. And I was like, you know what? It's really hard for me to want to get plugged in with a company where, like, are people going to question my motives? Are they going to wonder why I'm coming? Are they just going to assume I'm like this salesy person? You know, so I was really turned off by that. And then once I got into it, of course, Summer, you did such a great job covering this because, you know, it's simply about the idea of sharing your story. Like I was from the very beginning before I was ever even a coach, and people were getting hooked on Turbo Jam, right? Because I was just in love with it. And that passion just, you know, it just overflows, and people get it and they catch on, and they want to be a part of what you're doing when it's working and you're passionate and you're having a blast. Like that's it. People are like, I'm sold. Like, where do I sign? You know? So it just simply was one of those things where I just understood that, like, it's not about being pushy. And that, you know, I think a lot of us think that MLM people are like, you know, they're just really selfish because all they're coming for is a sale, and you get those messages in your inbox. But I've understood, and I love what I do, and I don't feel like I have to sell a day in my life because I just live it. I try and live it, and it's not perfect, and every day is not perfect by any means. I have this stupid obsession with ice cream. It's terrible. And so I'm working on that, I promise. But I'm just saying, like, it's not perfect. You just have to understand that if you're willing to share in your life, and you're willing to share your journey, the ups, the downs, the struggles, that's when you can find success in helping other people and just being relatable. So, number 2, the second reason, again, that I didn't want, I just wasn't sure about this opportunity, was that I didn't feel like a natural born leader. So maybe you're on this call and you're just thinking, that's me. Like, I'm really introverted. I'm really shy. And I don't know that I could, like, lead people. Like, how do I lead people when, you know, I really don't, like, I just don't know how, you know? And I totally had that. Again, I quit the first time. I quit as a coach because I didn't think I had that in me. But the coolest thing is that when you sign up as a coach, especially, you know, whoever has invited you to this call, if they've invited you to this call, first and foremost, that means that they have a heart for this business. They have a heart for people, and they're going to train you well. Like, you sign up and you're going to have incredible trainings. And the second thing is that if you sign up, that means that you are on Team Iron. You're going to be a part of Team Iron, which is Michelle Meyer's team, which is unbelievably amazing, or Summer's team, or my team, or whoever invited you. And you're gonna be plugged into probably the coolest community that you've ever been plugged into in your whole life. Like, seriously, hands down. You know, where we care, like, we care about your health, we care about what you're doing and how your life is going. Like, this is not just like, hey, so how many things did you sell? Awesome. Okay, next month let's try and up that, you know, like we care. We're going to know about what's going on in your life. We're going to know, you know, when your kids are driving you up a wall, you know, we're going to know when you're sick, and we're going to encourage you. We're going to love on you. That's just who we are. Because health and fitness, getting physically fit, that's a journey. It's a transformation. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, and it's a lifelong deal. And so we're in it for life. Like, we are your lifers. Like Chalene Johnson says, like, we are in this with you for life. Okay. So maybe you're not a natural leader. Do not let that, I will say that, being the person who quit the first time because I didn't feel like I was a leader, do not let that stop you from signing up, because you will get the awesome training that you need. You will learn and grow. This is such a growing process. Like, I am not the same person I was when I signed up 2 years ago. And it's because I was hungry to learn, and I was eager to learn and become better and become a better leader. And when you do that, again, it bleeds into every area of your life, as a mother, as a friend, as a wife, as a husband, whatever. So, okay, so number 3, the third reason and final reason. How am I doing on time? Okay.
Hey, you're doing great.
Yes. Okay, good. Number 3 is that I didn't think I had enough time. I was like, oh, you know, like, building a business, that's a big deal. You know, like, that takes time. And it takes a lot of focus and attention and all of this. You guys know, like, this, like, building a business, unless this is just only a hobby for you, it's going to take time and effort. And we will never promote it as anything other than something that requires work, because if you want to grow a business, if you want to pay off debt, if you need to create an income, or if you just want to make an amazing impact in your community, like, it's going to take work, but it is the most rewarding work. So if you don't have time, let me encourage you to evaluate what it is that you want most out of life, out of your future, for your family. What is it that you want most? Because Beachbody is an incredible means, like Summer touched on, to give you financial freedom, to give you physical freedom from anything that's holding you back physically. It just allows you to do so much more because it plugs you into the community, gives you the right tools, the right trainings. You will be successful if you plug in and if you're hungry and eager and ready to go. So you just have to make time for what it is that you really want out of life. And so if you don't feel like you have time, first of all, I will say that the trainings that we offer are incredible, to the fact that, like, we have what we call a power hour. So if you are like, man, I think I could do this, but I might have just maybe an hour at nighttime to do this business, we have this thing called the power hour, where you can literally get so much done in an hour to where you can truly grow a business. Like, you can truly make an impact, grow a business, and do incredible things. Because we've realized that it's not about working a 12-hour day as a coach. That's not what it's about to grow a successful business. It's focused activity done every single day, just consistently doing the small things that matter, and add up to big results. And so if it's a time thing, even if some days you have a couple hours, some days you have 30 minutes, if you really want to change your future and change, make things happen in your life, reach goals, and actually make dreams come true that you're not sure that you actually would ever be able to do, it just takes making that focused time really, really important and non-negotiable. So if you don't have time, rethink that. Don't let that be an excuse either, because we will teach you how to create that time. Miss Summer she's a productivity expert. Seriously, this girl, like, crazy. If you ask her, in fact, Summer, will you tell us, like, how many hours a day that you actually work because of all the things you have going on? Will you share a little bit about, like, give us an average day, like what that looks like?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I like to separate my work by days. So I work on one business per day. So that way I can just keep adding projects, because I have a whole day that's just dedicated to my visions and my products for my future. But my whole theory is, if you work productively and efficiently, then you will get 3 times done what it takes an average efficient person to do. And there's, like, just a few tips and tricks to make that happen. But in my life, throughout my day, I mean, Beachbody can literally some days be 25 to 30 minutes, and I can knock out everything I need to do to have a successful business and to keep things going. And then if I say, you know what, I want to go to the next level, I want to take to the next level. So I up that 25 to 30 minutes to 2 hours or 3 hours, and I get there. So it's really about what you want to put into it. And like Emily said, the training that we get, there's like a task list that people can give you. Like, it's so Beachbody is user friendly. It's user friendly. We won't let you fail, and your coach won't. So if you're someone like me who, like, no matter how long it takes you, I'm going to want to fill up more time with work because I like to work. Or if you're someone who's like, I don't like to work, and that's why I want to do this, so I don't have to work 40 hours a week, you're good to go, because this will not have to take that. It will not.
No, you just got to show up. I'm serious. Like, you just show up and you commit to setting aside some time to work your business, but you show up. You can't do it without showing up. So, awesome. So those are our reasons. Hopefully that cleared up some questions for you that you may have had about, maybe some hesitations where you're just like, oh, I just don't know. I'm maybe or maybe not. Let me tell you that if you're kind of on the fence, if you will just give it a chance. I mean, it is the opportunity that a lot of people didn't even realize would change their life. And so I want to just encourage you that if you're on the fence, give it a try, for real. Okay, so what we want to do really quick, as we know, we don't want to take up too much more time. We want to just share a little bit more about the company, kind of what to expect as a coach, you know, kind of more of the technical side of things. And then Summer's going to give us the lowdown on how to actually sign up and make that happen. So let me just run through a few cool things with you about actually coaching, what that looks like, some of the details. So, okay, let me tell you about Beachbody itself, the company, just a small little snippet, and what I love most, and what I appreciate most as somebody who didn't want to like be a network marketing necessarily. Like this was like, oh, okay, I can totally do that. I can totally be a part of that company because of this. So way back when, I want to say it was like 1999. So you've got Tony Horton and Carl Deichler. Carl Deichler is the CEO of our company. He's the main man. Well, he partnered up with Tony Horton, who, as you know, is the P90X guy. And way back when, they were making workout programs and they were selling them like hotcakes. They were doing a really great job, making lots of money, selling these workout programs, you know, getting these DVDs into people's homes. Well, what was happening, what they realized is that when they were doing their research, they were finding that people were ordering these DVD programs, but like they would just end up sitting on the shelves and collecting dust. And like they weren't getting enough people to actually do the workouts because they were like really motivated by the infomercial. And then it was like, oh yeah, I'll start that on Monday, next Monday. Oh no, next Monday. So anyway, so what they did is they thought like, oh man, we've got to be really strategic because it's not enough for us to just sell a bunch of millions of DVDs. Like we can't do that. Like that's not our mission. Our mission is ultimately to help people end the trend of obesity. That's our goal. That's our mission statement. And so what they did then was they thought, okay, if we put people in place, we'll just call them coaches. If we put these people in place and we connect them to every customer that we have and make sure that this coach helps this customer get great results so that at the end of the 90 days, this customer actually got the transformation that they were looking for, and we'll compensate this coach for helping us make sure that this customer has the best results possible. And so they did that, and they started the coaching opportunity. And what I love most about that is that a lot of network marketing companies, they start with the idea of, I want to start a network marketing business. I think I like skincare. I'm going to go ahead and, okay, so we've got this network marketing idea. Let's create a product. But Beachbody was flipped, and Beachbody started with an amazing product and saw the need that their product, people weren't seeing the transformation. So what I love about it is that from the very, very beginning, it literally has been all about people getting great results. That's literally it. Like they were just like, how can we help people like see that transformation? Okay, let's put coaches in place. So that's where we are. So what started as like, hey, let's just pay some people to help our customers get in shape. Like now, look at us now. Like it's this huge company, and it has grown, and now millions and millions of lives are being affected by it. And so I love that because it just reminds me how genuine this company is in the sense that like it's all about people, all about others. And that's why, another reason why this company doesn't feel like you're out to sell something, because it's like, listen, if you'll commit to this, I'll help you. I'll walk with you. Like you sell a challenge pack, you sell something, that doesn't mean like, awesome, I'm so glad to do business with you. No, that marks day one. Like if somebody buys something from you as a coach, that's not like a point or whatever. That is literally day one. Like, okay, today we start. Let's go. Like, I'm going to hold your hand. We're on this journey together. You and me, we're walking shoulder to shoulder. Let's do this. So that's what I love about this company is that's how it started. So obviously, as you know, Beachbody is known everywhere. They do all the marketing for us. You guys have seen all of the infomercials, that replay at 2 a.m. and then like 6 a.m. on Sundays. And so you've seen them, and like you literally, I don't know about you, maybe it's just me, but I sometimes find myself watching these infomercials and I'm like, oh, so good. So good. Oh, I'm totally going to start that Monday. I'm all in. I got that program. I'm going to do it. I get so pumped up about it because it's just so good. Anyways, all that to say, Beachbody does all of the marketing for us. People know, like you could say P90X and not one person would say, what is that? I've never heard of that. Like everybody knows. So, we're so well known, but, so here's a couple details real quick of like what it is that we get and all of that. So as a coach, the financial side of things, we earn 25% commission of anything that somebody orders through us. Any Beachbody product, we get 25% of, which is awesome. So just to give you a quick example of that, if somebody were to come to you and want to buy a bag of Shakeology that costs $129.95, we automatically earn a check of like almost $35, and that's it. And here's the coolest part. Okay, maybe not the coolest, but it's really cool. It's just the fact that we don't have to stock anything. As coaches, like, we don't have to order a bunch of Shakeology and then like hope we sell it. Like, literally, they go to the website, they order it through us. We get that almost $35 into our bank account. Like, that's it. Like, we don't have to stock, we don't have to pay shipping, none of that. And that's why I love it too, because it doesn't feel like a network marketing company. It literally feels like I'm just representing a product I love and getting paid to do that. It's just the coolest. So, and then on top of the commission, we get 25% discount. Oh yeah. So we get the 25% coach discount on everything. And of course, except for challenge packs, that's the only thing we don't get discounted because it's already crazy discounted. So, and that's it. But everything else, it's amazing. Okay, we kind of talked about growing. We didn't. So what we do, which is cool, is the two ways to earn an income as a coach, obviously, like I just said, is through sales. So selling Shakeology, getting people connected to Shakeology, to the workout programs, to challenge packs. That's one way that we earn income. The other way, which I know Summer and I now absolutely love, because we have great experience with, is in building a team of awesome, like-minded people. And seriously, this is our community, like the community people we do life with. Like, these are people that we are on the phone with, we're texting with all week long. These are the people who keep us accountable, who encourage us and love on us when we're having a really hard week. These are our people. So what we love about building a team is obviously just the fact that we get that community, but that's the other way to build an income. And that is ultimately how you build the residual income. If you are looking to create that larger income that may allow you to come home and work from home, or, pay off debt, or any of those dreams that you might have for yourself. By building a team, that's what's really going to ultimately create that big income for you eventually. So that's how that happens. I covered no stocking or shipping. We don't do home parties. So if you're an introvert, the inside of you is probably like leaping for joy. You're probably like, yes, no home parties. Because for me, that was a big thing. I'm like, I'm not doing home parties, guys. Sorry. Summer, you may love doing home parties. I don't know. But I was like, you count me out.
No, I don't like going to them. I don't like hosting them. No.
We love all the women who go to them, but we just don't like home. I don't know. It's just, to me, I love the how we can relate and build relationships with women, and we just don't have to have necessarily parties, but you can if you want to. We're not saying you can't. Like, you could do like a shake and share, like have people over to try Shakeology and just hang out, or present the business from your house. I don't know. That's a whole nother story. You can figure it out, or we'll help you. And then, of course, lastly, as a coach, like we mentioned, you will be mentored in this business by the person who invited you to this call. So you sign up, you're not going to be left hanging to try and figure it all out on your own. You do get our help. So that's what's really cool. So hopefully that answered any questions there. So Summer, I'll turn it over to you on what it looks like to actually sign up as a coach.
Cool. Yeah, we'll close it down right here. So I hope you guys are getting this awesome contrast that's happening right now. And kind of the reason that Emily and I are such good friends, and the reason we're doing this one together, is because if you've not picked up on anything yet, I hope that you pick up on this one key point, and that's that Emily and I have made this business and this partnership with Beachbody work for us and our lives. It doesn't look the same, and yet we're both successful. It doesn't look at all the same, and yet we're both able to be successful. We're actually very close, like in our growth in this company. So that's one thing that I just really want you to understand is you do not have to be any type of a robot. Mm-hmm. You can be you. You are owning this. You are branding as you, not as anyone else. And the cool thing is Beachbody is so okay with that. They actually like it. So being uniquely you is a huge gift in this opportunity. Just know that. So hopefully you're sitting there right now and you're on the edge of your seat and you're like, I have to do this right now. So I'm going to tell you how. The first thing I want you to do is reach out to whoever invited you here on this call, because you think you're excited, they're going to be just as excited, if not more, because I know the people I invited on this call, I invited because I know that this would be an amazing opportunity for them. Is it exactly the right fit? That's what this was about tonight. So we want it to be the right fit. We are not saying this is for everyone. I know, though, the potential that this business can have for so many people. So that is why I invited, and I bet you that's why whoever invited you to this call felt the same way. So reach out to them. That's the first thing you can do. If they're in bed already, there's another way. You can actually go to teambeachbody.com and you can go ahead and start the process of signing up as a coach. You literally go there and you click on Be a Coach, and from there you follow very simple prompts. The biggest thing I want you to understand is there is a cost to sign up, okay? It's $49.95, I believe. Is that right?
$39.95. Yep.
$10 cheaper.
Woo!
Right. Yeah. $39.95 to sign up as a coach. And the reason I don't know that is because I never tell people that, because here's the other thing. If you want to be a coach, you can get that fee completely waived and sign up with the purchase of a challenge pack. So I don't know if you guys have seen the newest one we have going on right now is Hammer and Chisel. It's amazing. You get the program, the full program, you get the bag of Shakeology, and you get it at a big discounted price. You get to be a coach. You don't have to pay the $40 and you're in. So that is the best way to do it. And you will, as you're following the prompts to be a coach, they will present the opportunity for you to purchase a challenge pack. It doesn't even have to be Hammer and Chisel. You can choose from any of the programs here. There are a bazillion. So you can go through and decide if you want to do that. I would encourage you to do that only because in the beginning of your journey, if you're deciding that this is for you, like Emily and I both mentioned, it wasn't in the beginning for us. We didn't, we were sharing the products without even understanding that we were promoting this company. And then it turned into that. So if you are doing the program and drinking the Shakeology, guess what? Something's going to change inside of you. People are going to notice. And that's your first step in being successful in growing either clientele to come and help you, or for you to help, or in growing and attracting other like-minded individuals, like Emily was saying, to coach with you and to join you on your team and on this mission. So that is the way that you do it. It's such a simple process. Now, you are not hooked in for life. There's not a contract. There's nothing. If you decide tomorrow it's not what you want to do, you can change your mind. If you decide in 3 months this isn't the right fit for me, you can change your mind. What did it cost you to get in? An amazing program, a bag of Shakeology, and that's it. There's one fee, and Emily mentioned this a little bit earlier. It's well worth, guys. It's $15.95 a month to be a coach. That pays for everything that she mentioned earlier. That website where you get to sound so professional. Oh, let me give you my website. You can go right here. And I've had people go, your website is awesome. And I'm like, well, I didn't touch it. Thank you. Thank you so much. They go right in, they place their order, and Beachbody takes care of everything. Customer service, we don't even have to handle that, guys. Customer service will take care of the customers that you bring in. So $15.95, I like to think of it, because the entrepreneurial mind here, okay, I have a staff of people. I'm paying, my payroll for Beachbody is $15.95. That's how much I'm paying my Beachbody employees to have everything set up so people can literally come to my website. It is crazy. It is crazy.
No overhead. Yeah. No overhead.
No overhead. So this is just such an amazing opportunity. And I would just challenge you guys, like Emily said, I think the best thing to do is just try it. Because there's no overhead. What does it hurt? What does it hurt? So Emily, do you have anything else to add?
No, I mean, I think that's it. I think if you are struggling with this idea of, you feel kind of stuck, like you're stuck, you would love to have different results, whether it's in your health or your finances or just an overall view of your future, and you're just looking and you're really desperate, or even if you're not desperate and you're just thinking, man, it would just be so wonderful to be able to actually be at home with my kids, or actually be able to do a job that I actually get excited about. I did a post this week where I had the stomach flu this week. Oh, you guys, it was so bad. Like the flu, like stomach bugs and flus are so different. I had the flu and I thought I was dying. But here's the thing. Day 2, when I like could open my eyes, I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to check in on my people. I just want to I grabbed my notebooks, I grabbed my computer, and I'm here like on death's door, right? And I'm working because I can't stay away, because I love it. I love it. It's not because I had to. It's not because anybody forced my hand. It's not because I didn't have an extra sick day to use. It's because I love what I do, because it's changed every aspect of my life. And so I want to encourage you again, if you're looking for a change, make that step outside of your comfort zone to do something that you may not even feel like 100% this is for me. Just take that risk. And again, like Summer said, if it doesn't work out, if it's not something, I don't go into it with this idea I'm just probably going to step out if this doesn't feel right. Give it all you've got, spend time, invest in it, invest in the training, because if anything, you'll come out healthier physically, you'll come out with a community of people who love you and will lift you up, and you'll come out with these new views of yourself, and it's super cool. So that's my encouragement to you. Hopefully that helps. But Summer, do we want to just open it up for just a few minutes? Questions? You want to open it up?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's the deal. If you want to unmute yourself and ask a question, that's great. There's also down at the bottom a group chat option that we have up. Click on the chat, and if you want to type a question, feel free to do that too, because we would love to just go ahead and answer some questions if you have any. If not, that's okay. But does anybody have anything?
Anything at all? You guys can just make faces at it if you want to.
Yeah. I haven't even seen everybody. Oh, hey, guys. I hate that it only lets me see a few.
Are you scrolling over? That's what I want to do too.
Yeah, scroll
Look
over.
at everybody.
Yay. Awesome.
A girl that's my name, Summer. There's another Summer on here.
Stop
Hi,
it.
Summer. I love your name.
Oh, yes, Summer. Yes. Hi, Summer. She's so precious. Okay. Okay, so if we don't have any questions, let's see. What I want you to do is make sure that you connect with the person who invited you to this call, and maybe write down some questions now that you have, or maybe if you come up with some, and make sure to connect with them and ask them. So we would love to see you join our team as a whole, Team Iron. We would love to see you join us and join this awesome community that we have, if you feel like this is a right fit for you. So anything else, Summer, you want to add?
I don't think so. It has been a true honor, and it's so funny. As I'm sitting here right now, I'm thinking, this is my job.
Yeah.
Hanging out with all of you guys on Thursday night in my slippers, and this is my job. So I hope that you had a wonderful time, because I know I did. And if you guys, I want you to reach out to Emily, or reach out to whoever invited you first, but let us know if you decided to make the leap, because then we can just at least be your cheerleaders in the background. We would be happy to do that.
Yes, I love it. Absolutely. Okay, you guys, well, have a fantastic night. Thanks so much for spending an hour of your time with us. We really value your time a lot. So have a great night, and we'll hopefully see you all very soon. Yay.
Bye.